Ladies and gentlemen, finally, in the time of a pandemic, I began with this and I continue. We've been plagued with a constant flow of fake news. Republic is battling fake news. And that's why a lot of people target Republic, because we fight the fake news. Because they know that the fake news is aimed at engineering chaos. And therefore they hate Republic. The fake news is aimed at weakening our fight and dividing us against COVID. And tonight, the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, has called for global cooperation to fight this terrible menace. Let's destroy fake news. Let's listen to what the Prime Minister said, and then we'll debate.
India's fighting on two fronts today. On one hand, it battles to flatten the COVID curve, and on the other, it is taking down one fake news after another.
Even as the world fights COVID-19, some people are busy spreading other deadly viruses, such as terrorism, such as fake news, and doctored videos to divide communities and countries.
Time and again, Fake News Factory has tried to denounce the centre's efforts. And time and again, their bluff has been called. The Congress party has time and again tried to weaken the fight. From relief stimulus to economy to migrant travel, the Congress party's lies today stand exposed. Today, Prime Minister Modi has reminded the world about the danger the fake news factory poses. Will the post-COVID world unite against the fake news menace? Let's debate.
I think this has become one of the biggest talking points at the time of COVID. Fake news. And Rahul Singh and Saira Shah Halim, let me tell you, fake news is going to lose this badly, and by the time COVID, this battle is over, by the time the lockdown ends, is beyond, there is now a growing awareness about fake news. There's nothing to cloud it, there is nothing to conceal it, it's out in the open. I'd like the debate to start with Priyanka Tibrewal taking on Saira Shah Halim and vice versa. The first question is, the Prime Minister said this today. The problem is particularly acute in India, but it is also a global phenomenon. And awareness is growing. So what was happening earlier, Priyanka and Saira, that there was a cabal which used to conveniently circulate news, and they felt that as each publication of this fake news is published further by something else, the longer the line of deniability and the greater the mushrooming impact of the fake news. Are you following me? So the idea was, I'll publish a fake news somewhere and then you publish it saying,
right,
I didn't say it, you said it. And then the third person publishes it. And eventually, when the largest publication publishes it to a lot of people, they have a complete line of deniability. You can say, well, I was only quoting somebody right down there. But Saira, this strategy will not work. I mean, like,
right.
You know,
Okay.
to say that, 1 minute please, Saira. To say that there is a mass riot-like situation, for example, which I'm told there is this Jean Drèze. He says he's an economist. He's quoted and circulated to imply that a mass riot-like situation is coming in this country, and Jean Drèze, I don't know his nationality, operates in India, was associated with the NAC, I think, in the previous Congress government. He says poor people are taking a lot of things lying down. When people are hungry and feeble, they are not necessarily placed to revolt, but food riots could happen. Food riots could happen, who knows? Now, can anyone talk like that? And then the publication publishes it, the caravan publishes it. So you're talking about food riots. Tell me, Saira, honestly, and you debate with Priyanka, where is the food riot? Where is the food riot? No, let's ask ourselves, where is the food riot? Where is the food riot? My question is, as a case in point, where is the food riot?
And I'm addressing all the media channels here, including Republic. All the media channels, I think it's time we all need to take ownership on our shoulders Because
I'm
because
battling
of
fake news
Akali's
every day, but
actions-
where is the food riot? Where is the food riot?
No, Arnab, collectively, I am
Where is the food
addressing
riot?
this
I
issue
never said there was a
collectively,
food riot.
whoever.
Is there a food riot?
So what is happening
Is there a
people are
food
very
riot?
careful about
Is there a
the
food
usage
riot?
of
Is the Prime
words.
Minister wrong?
They use because they don't want to be caught up in any legal hassle. They use words like apparently, it could
No, but that's
be,
spin mastering, so
because
I'll
there
tell
are lot of legal repercussions.
No,
So
one second.
people-
Where is the food
people
riot?
Float.
Where is the food riot?
Arnab,
Saira,
few
1 minute.
days
Saira,
ago-
Saira,
few
Priyanka, is
days
there a
ago-
food riot? Which this fake news lobby has been saying for 1 month there's going to be a food riot in India. Where's
Not
the
at
food
all,
riot?
not at all, not at all. See, Arnab, I will tell you that we have seen that again and again in this situation, in this pandemic also, people are not stopping to politicize things and they are using politics in each and everything. They are just trying their best to achieve and speak things against the central government, against the efforts made by the government. See, enough ration and food grains are supplied to each and every state to ensure that nobody remains without the food and proper ration. Now, whatever is happening within each and every state, that's a different thing. But to spread these kind of fake news that food grains are not there and there will be food riots is absolutely pathetic on the part of the people who are doing it.
Now,
Okay, what was the fake news about people congregating near the mosque? When the migrants had, collected at the railway station in Mumbai. Okay, in Bandra, they were waiting to go
Zafar.
home. What was that fake news about? So collectively,
let me
all
just
of us
come
need
into
to
it.
take cognizance of our actions.
Sarah Shalim,
Because
Sarah
it
Shalim.
will create a.
I'll tell you the I'll tell you the fake news in that context. 1 minute, 1 minute. Just a minute, just a minute. Zafar will respond to you. Zafar, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute, 1 minute. First of all, understand one thing. Saira, listen. Saira, Zafar is responding to you. Don't get nervous, Zafar.
Arnab, I think Sarah will not admit because her source of information is always fake news. They rely on fake news. They are the one who populate the fake news. They are the one who actually populate fake news. They target people who are showing the truth. You will be targeted by people like her because they rely on fake news and they will always target people who are narrating the truth. They are showing all the good things for the society. You will target those people like Arnab because he's only exposing people like he's only exposing people.
It's so wrong. 1 minute. Zafar, 1 minute. Zafar, let me address this head on. We are all aware. And you'll have to let me complete my point. Saira, when I'm speaking and you know this, please don't be nervous. Let me respond, okay?
So why is he
All right.
I've
Everyone's
already
on the
said I've got
debate.
better
Don't
things
be
to do.
nervous. Be composed. And listen to me. In the case of what had happened at Bandra, we are all fully aware that there was live tweeting by the Congress party ecosystem, and one of their Congress spokespersons said there was panic when there was no panic, when people had been dispersed.
Why show the mosque
And the second thing is, Saira, when I'm responding over to you and I'm making it absolutely, Saira, listen, please listen. You know what was the most communal fake news? I'll tell you what was the most communal fake news, and I want you to take a position on it today. And listen to me and
No,
to
I've
it.
taken a very solid position.
Saira, listen. Now you're not listening because you are getting nervous because I'm responding to you, and I am asking you something that you do know that in Gujarat there was no. I'm asking you this question. In Gujarat, there was no segregation in an Ahmedabad hospital on Hindu-Muslim lines. There wasn't any, and yet all your ecosystem said that Hindus and Muslims are being segregated. Wasn't that unacceptable, Priyanka? Wasn't that unacceptable, Priyanka? That is exactly the kind of fake news that the Prime Minister has spoken about today. That is exactly the kind of fake news that we need to destroy. And then to amplify that fake news also, Priyanka, to amplify it shamelessly. And to say that this is not the India we want. But this is not news. You made it up for your convenience. Why did you? What did you gain?
Yes, Now, as I told you, they will raise issues which are communal in content. They are looking for things like that. When you question them on the facts of Tablighi Jamaat, that time they will say, oh, don't talk about it, don't point out at any community.
No,
but when these kind of situations, they will create.
No, the question is, Rahul, Rahul, let me tell you, Rahul, you've been a journalist for a long time. I request you to come into the debate with Zafar. You see, Rahul, let us understand, when the Prime Minister talks about the fake news virus, I seek a moment from you to explain to you. You know, fake news messages claiming that buses will be available from Anand Vihar bus terminal in Delhi. Fake news almost created a law and order situation. Fake news led to the attacks on health workers. Fake news led to panic buying. Okay? Why? I mean, if this is a fake news that in Gujarat Hindus and Muslims are being segregated. Okay? Fake news being spread by a person called Vinay Dubey in the case in Bandra. The person was actually detained after being exposed on Republic. You want to know the facts? It is because Republic reported on that. It is because Republic on this program, Saira, put out the name of Vinay Dubey, who has political connections, and the Congress ecosystem was happily talking about panic when there was none. We've been at the forefront of fighting the fake news. But Rahul, what happens, I feel, is when you're at the forefront of fighting the fake news, then the people who you expose don't like you. And they galvanize themselves, their cabal, they bring them together. But Rahul, today it's not me. Today, if exposing, listen to me, Rahul. If exposing fake news makes me a target of attacks of some, I'm happy to be. If because I've taken on the whole fake news lobby in the last few months, if that makes me the target of personal attacks, I'm happy to be. If battling and leading, Republic has led the battle on fake news consistently, and if that leads to 1,000 other, coercive actions, I'm happy to be. But the point is, Rahul, we must still battle the fake news. This is not the time. We must make the lockdown successful. The fake news is aimed at making the lockdown unsuccessful. Yes, sir, please do. Please do, sir. Please do.
May I first extend my sympathies and condemnation of the attack on you. And I hope that was not fake news.
No, 1 minute. 1 minute. Can you explain that? No, 1 minute. If you were trying to be tongue-in-cheek, sorry, Rahul. Rahul, listen, you're very senior. Rahul, you're very senior, but I won't let you get away with that. 1 minute. 1 minute. Rahul, listen. Rahul, I'll catch you right there. I'll catch you right there. Now listen to me, Rahul Singh. You are very, very senior. We are all on the program. I will not allow you to try and be tongue-in-cheek on that. Remember, the attack on me was carried out by members of the Congress party. I have filed a complaint on the matter. 1 minute. The people were held. Their identity as Congress leaders is known, and therefore, 1 minute. Listen to me. I will listen to me, Rahul. Okay. Now the reason is just a minute. Zafar, I can respond to that myself. Everyone is on. Rahul, if a stray comedian makes a passing comment trying to trivialize a physical attack of that nature by a political party, I don't respond to those people. But if you, as a senior journalist, tried to make a tongue-in-cheek comment on that, let me tell you, Rahul, I don't know if you've experienced an attack on you by a political party for questioning them. I'm telling you, you would not be amused. You would not have been amused. Now please continue. Thank you.
Anyway.
No, not anyway. I responded to you firmly. Not anyway. Please remember, sir, with respect, I responded to you very firmly. It's not a joke. Okay? So don't be tongue-in-cheek with me on that. Thank you. Please continue.
Arnab, can I please?
No, Arnab, can I remind you that I appeared on this program some time back, and one of your panelists condemned me for mentioning that there were hundreds of migrant workers going back, and that the TV news and the TV channels abroad had covered it. Was that fake news?
Yes. Now, can
Now
I
do we know that
can I
if that
respond
was
to
fake
you?
news or not?
Now, can I
That
respond
was-
to you?
that was-
Can I respond to
that
you?
was called
Can I
fake
respond to
news
you?
then.
Can I respond to you, Rahul? Rahul, you
Yes.
asked a question. Appropriately, Zafar should respond, but I'll give you a one-line response. Please understand, Rahul, with all seriousness, when I say destroy fake news, and let's have a conversation on it. The fake news were the messages on WhatsApp saying that buses will be available from Anand Vihar bus terminal. 1 minute, let me complete this. Which led to a near exodus of migrants, violating all social distancing norms, endangering theirs and others' lives during COVID. To create a situation where you let the fake news spread, then to land up there, and say, look at the sea of people, they are dying to leave. There is chaos during the COVID time. That is using fake news for a political purpose, not the job that the media should do. Zafar is responding.
Was the earlier coverage
Rahul, let me respond. I have heard you. I have heard you patiently. Let me respond to you.
Was that fake news?
Even today, Sonia Gandhi,
It's not a question.
Congress
It's not a question.
president,
It's a statement.
is also making a statement which was far
Forget
away from
Sonia
reality.
Gandhi. Forget Sonia
She
Gandhi.
said, no,
We're talking
she
about
is making
fake
that
news.
statement.
Forget
The Congress
Sonia
groups
Gandhi.
are spreading all this
Sonia
kind of
Gandhi.
fake news.
Forget
They are
Sonia
getting
Gandhi.
support from the leadership, Congress
Forget
leadership.
Sonia Gandhi.
And they are, no, but why forget? Where she
Forget
is saying
Sonia
that
Gandhi.
she will pay or the Congress party will
Yes,
pay, where the
forget her.
central government is absorbing 85% of the cost. Why she is making this kind of a statement and confusing people and confusing migrant labor? It was totally unwarranted,
Who
and you should
paid-
have condemned it.
Who has
Instead
paid for the rail fare? Who has paid for the railway?
85% central government, 15% state government.
Owned by the central government, 15% by the state. Something which she was aware. But
Not
she chose not to
as
tell the
far
truth.
as I know.
That is the fact, Rahul, and I will, after this program, share with you the full details of that. Rahul, listen, history is on the side of those who serve the
That will only
nation.
be known later.
History is on the side of those who serve the nation.
I've been
Those who
told that
operate in
migrant
national
workers
interest.
have
National
said that
interest
they have had
first.
to pay
Nation
for
first.
going on those
Fake news last. Nation first. Rashtra Sarvopari. No compromise.
First, the truth
Nation first.
The truth first.
The nation first. The nation is the truth. I thank you very much for joining me on debate number 3 as well. And viewers, see you tomorrow at 9. Good night. Goodbye.